Dyson DC04 Zorbster, the very expensive, very fancy model, what that does dry carpet cleaning and stuff like that. But I don't think this one's going to be doing any cleaning anytime soon, especially not until we've looked at it, seen why the contents of the bin is going mouldy, and I'll tell you what's wrong with it and what it needs to work again. Yes, hello my vacuum cleaner chums, how are you today? Yes, I have had this for quite some considerable years now. It has been in the shed and I got it out today because quite honestly it doesn't want to stay in the shed anymore. It needs to come out and have something done with it, because look at the state of the bin. Oh look, there is a spider on it as well. Where have you just gone? Little spindly job, get you in a minute. Yes, the contents of the bin isn't brilliant at all, and yeah, really doesn't want to be too long before we get out whatever's in it. Let's have a look at the filter, which is actually surprisingly clean. It's obviously a replacement filter because yes, it actually came from someone's house. It was their main daily vacuum cleaner until the fault that it developed. The fault that it developed reared its ugly head, and I went and picked it up. He gave it to me actually, and I ended up giving him a Dyson DC41 that I had picked up from scrap that worked fine. So, no, sorry, he bought a Dyson DC41 which had a torn hose and knackered filters and a few other bits, and I had a scrap find, that was it, DC41 in my car, and I gave him all the parts from it and kept the motor. So yeah, I got this. It's actually a fairly early one, I think, because we have the diffuser there. I say it's fairly early, we should possibly check that out when we get down there. But yeah, we have all of the Zorb graphics on there. The shaft is yellowed like heck, but you know, what Dyson DC04 Zorbster isn't yellowing nowadays. Let's take off the wand, which is okay. There is a little bit of damage to it. Well, I mean, one of the flutes has snapped. We could glue that back on. We have ourselves a sort of okay sticker, but really and truthfully it's not. Probably glue that back on there and make it look presentable. We have, amazingly, the top wand cap in the lavender correct-ish colour. The spring is a little bit floppy though. I think it's actually out. I don't think that's in properly, but it does sort of work. Yeah. At Time Team this is, we have a hose which wasn't clipped onto the wand, so that's great, although it isn't torn, although it is sticky, which is always lovely when they're sticky and you haven't really used them. This caught my, oh god, this caught my eye. It says Dyson Dual Cyclone down there, but what it has actually done is just barfed mouldy yuck out of there. That is a problem. This popped off as well, although luckily it didn't break, so we can pop. Oh no, it is broken. It is broken. Look, one half of the U-bend is not working, but it should be fine to stick it on. And yeah, once it's fitted. Oh my goodness. Oh no, you can't do it with the hose on. With the hose on properly. Oh my goodness, I don't want to touch it that much. We are made in Malmesbury, I think, although we don't have a date on our ratings plate. But yeah, it says Dyson UK Limited, so I think this is a British model. There we go. Now it's bath, yuck and bottom coolants out from the top as well. How lovely. Put you back in to hold it. We'll turn this on in a minute once we've had a look at underneath, which is delightful, as you can tell. We have the original brush roll, which turns, which is nice. We have ourselves, oh, I don't feel like I can't hold you up. Under there is just foul and horrible, and actually Victor is sat right here from another video, so we can try our best at getting a lot of this off. I was just about to marvel at the state of the filter. Look how clean that is. Then I realised it was actually just a post-motor filter pad stuck to the top of a used, horrible Dyson post-motor filter. So that can just go straight in the bin. We also do have a broken piece on here, but that should glue up quite nice. And I have also noticed it in here is quite damp, which is probably because it's a cold and horrible day at the time of filming this in early November. So I think I'm not going, I don't know really, I want to turn it on and show you what it runs like, but equally it did run fine the last time I ran it. It was the clutch that's gone on this. The clutch just makes the clutchy sound that the clutches make when the clutches go. But yeah, looking at all the damp inside of there, I don't know. I could kill myself though, and I don't want to then damage it even more. Might leave it for a day or two maybe, and we'll turn it back on in a little bit. But yeah, bar that, it's filthy and horrible. It isn't really going to be worth much, if anything, when it's done, but yeah, we can do it because that's what we do. And we can put the filter back on properly as well. Oh, that means we've got to put the broken bit at the front. That's a shame. We need some cube bond anyway though, because we need to glue that together. We need to glue this together. Look, the cleaner head, it's completely smashed and snapped. But it's all there. I mean, there's our micro switch for the 110 volt type thingamabob. There's the foot plate to slot the hopper in. There's our micro switch back there. It's all there. It's just terribly, terribly filthy and a massive biohazard. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave it. I don't know really. I reckon that, why don't we plug it in using an RCD? That way if it's going to blow up, at least it won't kill me in the process. Because it's only going to be, condensation where it's really cold outside and very warm in here. So yeah, let me go get set up. And we'll test it, because yeah, I have heard it running before. It ran okay. But now when I plug it into my RCD protection socket, it should just turn on, or it'll catch fire or something else. Now that's running 110 volts. Why? Yes, I remember now that we're missing a piece from the bin which pushes that in without that piece there. That's why it's running slow. You see, we got to stick that button down so it runs at its full 230 volts. It did sound also like it was faltering a bit. I'm hoping that's just because it was running at half speed. Oh crikey. Let's see what we can do. Let's see if the old sanitate the switch down works, which is probably how a lot of them ended up being run. Right, let me just plug my thing back in and we'll see how it runs at full power. That runs all right. I still don't want to touch it when it's live in case there is, you know, electricity coursing through its veins. And what I will do, look, is we shall recline it. And I shall turn it on again, and I'll listen. You can listen to what a completely tracked clutch sounds like on one of these. I think the clutch was working. I've got to touch it really, haven't I? Ah. Oh no. Probably rusted shut, bless it. So yes, we have ourselves a decent motored Dyson DC04 Zorbster with a knackered clutch and mould, I've broken something, and mould growing inside of it. What are we going to do with it? Well, I think we can get it working. I think just a good refurb will fix 80% of its issues, then maybe some fresh sellotape on that rear switch will sort the rest of it out. So, when you see this next time, it should at least look a lot better. It won't look mint, it's still going to be incredibly faded, but, you know, it will be less of a health hazard, which is always nice. So, there we go, really. I got something out of the shed. And then, hopefully, it won't go back in and we can give it a refurbishment and show it once more working well. So, have you got a Dyson DC04 Zorbster? When this is done, should we Zorb my rug? Because I can get some fresh Zorb that's in date. I've still got a hopper for one of these. So yeah, we could Zorb clean my rug. Comment down below if you want that to happen. But until next time, I and this poor sad Dyson DC04 Zorbster will see you soon. Bye bye.